Hi everyone, it's the warmest day of the year. Got to be touching 30s here in Nottingham, and there's lots of my wildflower area which I created. If you look back on my videos you'll see this, what I did. It was just bare and barren, and it's not anymore. Lovely. Got the buddleia coming. There's the beehive, and I want to show you something with the beehive in a minute. I've got this walk through, I've got poppies coming up, foxgloves, I've got a peony in there, there's a peony in there, poppies popping up there, and I've had loads of pops already. The Bina Bonnieriensis, this one yellow, I can't remember what flowers they are, but they were bulbs that I planted. And there's some sunflowers as well dotted around, and pussy willow. And what I want to show you is the beehive. Try not to get stung, because I got stung the other night because they're a bit fruity at the moment. If you look at them and you see them in the corners, they are doing what you call bearding. There they are. So what they're doing is, because it's warm inside, to keep the temperature for the young, for the brood, they start to come out, and then what they've done is they've gone underneath, so there'll be old bees underneath, and they're fanning. There'll actually be tunnels, so this, it looks like they're clinging to the hive, but they're not. There's almost like a space around the side. If I just show you slowly without trying to disturb them too much. No, I can't, they are firmly stuck, look. But they are literally clinging to each other like a cobweb. Amazing. I don't want to get too close because the other night I got stung. They didn't like me down there, they didn't like me messing about. And if you see them, they're just resting. If you can see, if you look at them closely, they're standing and they're all fanning and cleaning and cooling off. Fascinating. So yes, still see them coming in and out the hive. So they're working all day. You can see them in the back end with the blue sky in the background, sort of doing a figure eight coming in and out. And what's amazing is, even though there's thousands of bees in there, thousands of bees, you wouldn't really know it. I was thinking, would there be a nuisance in the garden at the top? I mean, obviously you can't come down here, you know, you can't go crashing about and crashing through. Now they're in this. You've got to be sympathetic, and once this end of the hive, it probably will be a bit more difficult, because obviously that would probably be the same here. So I'd have to probably make use of this area and walk through the garden here just to have a look if I wanted to inspect and stuff, so to be a bit more careful. So yeah, an absolute lovely time of year. I just thought I'd show you an update. I seen a bee going in there the other day. There. As you can see, they are really busy in and out. So the foragers are coming in and out. You'll have nurse bees inside looking after the brood, doing that side of things, and then you'll have all these other bees the worker bees. These are, you know, coming out so the heat inside the hive doesn't get too high. I cleaned the hive out the other day with this metal pole. I noticed there was loads of dead bees at the hive entrance where they couldn't get out, so I scraped them out and they've literally cleared them away. So the cleaner bees, they literally pick these dead bees up. Even though they was outside the hive, you will see them still picking them up and taking them and spreading them out the area down there, look, and away from the bottom. So I think the thinking there is they don't want the pile there straight below the entrance because it attracts pests and, you know, potential predators and things like that. You can see them bearding here where they're starting to cling to each other. They're bearding underneath there, look, and they're certainly bearding there. So they're literally just hanging off each other. Absolutely amazing. And they're looking like they are bearding underneath. Absolutely fascinating. And inside is doing great. There's about 12 frames of brood and reserves, and there's about another 8 frames of reserves honey that they are doing. So by the end of, give it a few weeks to a month, they'd hopefully got the stores so that I can take some honey off then and extract. If you've enjoyed that catch up, I would take the lid off of the top and show you inside, but there's not a lot of point really. This is more interesting. Hope you're enjoying the summer. Thanks for watching, and over and out with the bees. So this is 2 days after the real bearding on the side. There was really bearding on here with the hot weather we've had in the UK, hitting into the 30s. That hot weather has gone. It's currently around about, I'd say, in between 15 and 20 degrees here as an average in most of the UK. It's Father's Day, so I'm sat here with a coffee. So I'm going to be doing a bee inspection about 2 o'clock today. My daughter's going to get the spare bee suit on and join me, and so it's going to be easier because they are not all forming on this actual lip of the lid of the hive, so it can actually be lifted up now without really disturbing them, but I will smoke them and try and move them along. I was expecting, actually, because we had a lot of rain yesterday. On the Saturday we had some rain, not loads of rain, but enough rain, so I would have thought that would have moved them on, but it hasn't. And with the temperatures dropping, I would have thought that would have definitely moved on. So it surprised me now, so I'm learning here that they are still bearding, still showing an interest with the tray underneath, and that tray is like this. If I show you this half, I'll soon get an idea of what they may be doing. There we go. So look at all the bits of the pollen, and so I don't know whether they are harvesting that, repurposing it. I don't know. But there's all bits of bees here, because this is where they, and the dead ones, they'll obviously in the hive, they normally die elsewhere, but so beehive inspection today, 2 o'clock. Hopefully, I've seen the queen last week. I'm inspecting them every weekend to make sure there's no queen cells. So basically this is to prevent swarming. So if I see queen cells, normally at this time of year you have to decide what they are. Are they swarm cells or the supersedure cells? Supersedure cell is a cell and that queen's purpose is to replace the current queen because it's maybe failing. So the bees know that it's failing, so that maybe not producing enough brood, or too much drones and things like that, or just not laying very well and coming to the end of its life. So they know that. Or it could be a fact that, or what you've got to be careful of this time of year, well, you ain't got to, you can just let them get on with it and let them swarm and lose part of your, the swarm will go the best part of it. There might be 40,000, 50,000 bees in there currently, but they'll swarm, leave you 20,000 to take 30,000 with them. They'll go and make a new home somewhere, and then you're left with what's behind. And that is what beekeepers try and prevent or manipulate as long as possible, and then take splits, and then you take the split, so you take off the frame with the swarm cells on, take off all the cells, leaving one, and then take that away from there, and then put it into another hive, a spare hive, taking off, shaking bees in with it, nurse bees, and enough resource. So you take about 3 frames. You could do a 3 frame split, some do a 5, depending how big that is. So if that was really packed full, and thinking, right, I'll take a 5 frame split, that would be half of the brood. So you could take away half of the brood area in frames, 5 frames away, with the brood in all stages, the queen cells, or a queen cell, and enough bees to keep that brood going. Put them in here and they will just keep going and then rebuild, so they should be fine. And then you leave, no, sorry, I've got that wrong. You don't take the queen cells, you leave the queen cells behind, and you find the queen and you take the queen away. So you basically manipulate and you manually do that swarm. So you take enough of the frames and the brood, and you take away the queen, leaving the queen cells in that one. And then that queen cell would hatch, and then they've got a new queen. Then you've got 2 colonies. And you can imagine, once them 2 get big again and reproduce, maybe next year or the year after, you can then take another split. You can do a 3 frame split, or what they call a nuke split, and that's where you've probably got only 3 frames, so it's small and it slowly produces, so it takes a bit longer. So it all depends. That's all about the manipulation of the beekeeping. Or some people might just let them get on with it, and then you just lose bees and things change. But I would want to manipulate, because I haven't got no bees in here. I've actually put an attractant in here just in case. In this side, it's like a swarm, it's a lure in here, a liquid, just in case. I don't know why, but I thought just in case, you never know, if these were wanting to reproduce and swarm, the guard bee, or the bees that go and look, scout bees they call it, they might be attracted to this and just go in here. I seen a video at Hyde Hives that someone did get a natural swarm, and they swarmed into their own hive, or into the spear hive of the Hyde Hive. So I thought I'll try, just put it in there, because you never know, you might get one. If I was to miss a swarm cell or something like that. But if they did, I'd hoping that they would sort of land somewhere local, somewhere here in this tree, and maybe I could get my ladder out and reach it and cut it off and put it in a box and then reproduce it or keep it. But that's why I'm doing the weeklies anyway. I've not found no swarm cells yet, but they can reproduce them really quick. Within the hole in the centre of that underneath, see the hole? Almost like they've left a gap for them to go in and out, and that's where the fan in the bottom. It's almost like a duct, because this is open bottom with mesh, but I've got these shelves in, drawers, so I could take these drawers out and have them full access. But so yeah, I'm not fully sure what they're doing between this and the hive, which is only half an inch gap. So I'm hoping they're not building bloody comb and stuff, storing down there. I doubt they can't be putting brood down there, because obviously the queen can't get down. The queen can't get out the bottom because it's meshed. So that's the bee catch up. Hope you're doing okay. Look after yourselves. And the poppies are just popping out again. This was all done in one season. So thanks for watching. Good day.